Before we get into this episode, please subscribe to our TikTok and YouTube at The Black and the White Pod. Thank you. All right, guys, welcome to another episode of the Black and the White podcast. I'm your host, Ryan, with my co-host, D'Angelo. And today we kind of get into the NBA. Exciting start to the NBA. Now we got the in-season tournament coming up. So we did a little bit of the NBA recap before that tournament started. I've got NFL Week 9 recap for you guys. Kind of talk about the games and everything. Roulette Wheel. Can D actually fucking pick it up this week? Probably fucking not. He never does, never is. He's bad. Then we get the draft of actresses, and then we end with week 10 picks. So we got an excited episode for you guys, but D, are you ready?
Broncos playoffs.
That's a fucking joke.
All right, Ryan. So when it comes to basketball, you're a punk ass Milwaukee Bucks fan.
Hey, listen, I've gone through a lot of shit being a Bucks fan, okay? It's not like have always been good, all right? We were bad a lot of years, okay?
I'll give you that. That's the one team that I'm just like, that, and I would say Orlando. Not Orlando. I would say the Knicks. Like, when we were kids, the Knicks sucked. And I'm a Heat fan, you know? So, but I will say, in the Eastern Conference, there's just a few teams I'm just surprised with this year, good and bad. Philly, they look really fucking good this year, like really good. Their defense is playing great as a whole. The Kelly Oubre signing makes them look even better. Them trading James Harden kind of put them all together. What do you think?
Guess what their one loss is, too?
Who is it?
Milwaukee Bucks. Oh. No, in all reality, I mean, dude, the 76ers are good. I do like them. Tyrese Maxey, right? He's been doing really good for the 76ers. Like, James Harden leaving, perfect for them. Perfect. Because, you know, they're actually getting some of that young core to kind of get implemented and stuff like that. Hopefully getting those young legs for the playoffs, because we know for fucking a fact that Joel Embiid ain't going to do it in the playoffs, so they need somebody.
I'm going to be honest with you. I was telling a guy that at work, and he was saying you guys are going to lose in the first round. I'm like, listen, the playoffs is all about matchups. I was telling him, like, think about if we get the 6th seed. I was like, who on the 76ers can hold Jimmy Butler?
Right.
Or Tyler Hero. And he was just like, I was like, he can win in 5 easily.
Yeah.
I'm like, Boston is nice, but Boston is top heavy. They're very top heavy.
Yeah, their starting lineup's only going to go so far, because, like, in those playoff games we've seen before, having a star set of, you know, your starting 5, you got to have those bench guys because it's a long series. You know what I mean? Like, especially if we're going to game 7, that's a long series. You're playing against the top for 7 straight games. That's tough.
And when it comes to, I like Indiana a little bit this year. Cleveland has been a disappointment. The Bulls suck. I think it's time for the Bulls to just blow it up. You guys have been bad for like the last decade. Just blow it up.
It's just rough with the Bulls because of not having Lonzo Ball. You know me, I love Lonzo Ball. What he brings to the table for that team is a lot. Defensively at the guard and plus playmaking at the guard. Like, he brings a lot to that team. When he was in there, he was like 28. I can't remember what the stat was.
He was better. He was better with the Pelicans.
He was good with no. But the Bulls, like, they were with him in the game. They were 28 and 17 or something like that. You'll have to fact check me. Something like that. They were way above 500. And then when he got hurt, it was just him, literally just him out. I think a little bit of Alex Caruso was out as well. But once he went out, that's when they started to go shit. The Bulls don't have a playmaker on their team, like the guy to bring the ball down the court. DeMar DeRozan ain't going to do it. You know, Zach LaVine ain't going to do it. No. Like, they need somebody to bring it down, because they have Nikola Vucevic, don't they? And he's still on the team. I mean, and
Yeah.
it's like you have these guys need to be fed the ball in the paint. They need to be fed the ball on the wing. They are not a guy that's going to bring it on the court. You know what I mean? So they're missing that key guy. Kobe White, filled that role for a while for them, but it's just like obviously you can tell they need
I'm
something
I,
more.
I'm a I'm when it comes to Lonzo, but Lonzo, you are correct. I'm not going to argue with you because you are 100% correct. Lonzo is that old school Jason Kidd. He just instantly makes a team better from what he brings to the team.
Yeah.
It's he's so young where if I'm Chicago, I just rebuild. DeMar DeRozan, I think, has like a year left. Um, Zach LaVine is in the second year of that $200 million contract. Just rebuild because you're 3-5 right now. You're probably not even going to make the play in. If you do, you're probably going to lose, and it's going to be a waste of time.
Yeah. I mean, we're obviously really early in the season, right? I mean, we're very early in the season. I think the Bulls have a little bit more to kind of gain chemistry wise, with getting Patrick Williams and getting oh, Andre
Have you
Drummond's
watched
on the
them?
team now. I know he was
Have you
on
watched?
last year, but like
Have
getting
you
those
watched
guys
them?
implemented into your lineup is going to be key. They just need that guard. I'm telling you, they Lonzo Ball on this team, they're a playoff team. Now, I don't know if they're a championship team, but they are a strong
No, they're
playoff team
not.
with him in there.
No, they're not.
They were
Because
whenever Lonzo Ball was
when
healthy.
he played, but don't forget
That's what I'm
they
saying.
added they added a
I'm
few
doing a
pieces.
theoretical. I'm doing a
Okay, if they, they
theoretical if he's
they've
healthy.
added a few pieces. I don't know when he's going to come back, but you can't just throw a guy in there. It just doesn't work like that.
No, I mean, yes, it's going to take time chemistry wise, but like that's next year. I mean, the Bulls have to figure it out for the season still. You know what I mean? Like they have to try to figure out who they're going to keep, who they're going to do,
To
because
me, once I would say about the first 25 games in for me, I can see where your team is at. A lot of people say they need half the season. I don't need half the season. I know, like, as a Miami fan, I was just like, when you guys beat us in the first round, that was the most threes you guys hit in the playoffs. That wasn't replicated again. So people get hot. And then after that, you guys should have lost to the Nets. But that's a different conversation for a different day. But then you went 7 games with the goddamn Celtics. Matchups matter. And I know if Miami has the right matchup, we can go back to the finals. That's all that matters when it comes to the playoffs. It's just matchups.
right.
When I look at the Bulls, I'm like, I don't see where they're not a great defensive team. The offense is iffy. If I slow down the offense, I know they're not going to play much defense. They maybe win 40 games, a little bit over, maybe 43, maybe, probably a lot less.
Yeah.
I think mid-season, if they get to the trade deadline, they should blow it up because I don't know what they've been doing the last couple of years.
Yeah.
I really
I'll
don't.
I'll tell you this, like Western Conference, like Eastern Conference seems pretty wide open other than the fact of like the 76ers, I don't know if they're going to last that long on top, but we'll see. But like basically it's like those three teams, Celtics, 76ers, and Bucks, those are going to be the top 3 seeds. Like Western Conference wise, like what has surprised me this year so far has been the Warriors. Like they've really come alive and stuff like that. Like they're really getting after it. I really didn't know what they were going to do, with Steph Curry getting up there in age. Like that's it's surprising how good he's been, but he's not relying on his legs. It's all his shot. You know what I mean? So like you can last
He
a
could
long time in the league on
fucking
that.
play till he's 45
Dude, yeah, like I mean
with that
he's going
jump
to be able
shot.
to just shoot. So like he's been doing well. I mean the Clippers look lost still, but like granted they just got James Harden, right? But like it doesn't. I don't know if you watched any of it yet, but I've watched like
Yes,
little
yes.
clips here and there, and it's
The
like
Knicks game does not look it. It didn't look good. It didn't
they
look
got
good
like
at
blown
all.
out in the fourth quarter. It was like 14
Yeah,
points. They were tied going into the fourth, and they just got blown out. It's just like
the,
it
they
doesn't
didn't
make
add.
sense.
They have the same thing going on, except with Miami. Except Miami has Bam. They're
Yeah,
very small, and they're just. But the difference is with them is they have a bunch of former superstars on the team, and
yeah.
that's how they're trying to win. And to me, there's only one basketball.
I
Someone
like how you
has to
said
come off.
former superstar too.
Yeah, Russell Westbrook is not a Super Bowl star. James Harden could be a superstar again, but I think James Harden's at that point of his career. He doesn't want to get in shape. He just looks like Like you know him, but he doesn't look like a basketball player. A lot of these
Right.
guys are. A lot of these guys look like athletic golf players.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, and like they have another guy on their team. Like I just kind of forget about like they got a little bit of depth, man. Like, Mason
Yeah,
Plumlee is a solid role player.
yeah,
Same
but
with and Norman Powell. Like, remember a couple years ago when he went to the Trailblazers, everybody thought like he was like gonna replace CJ McCollum and like all this shit. You know what I mean? Like he was gonna
they're
be the
deep.
next thing. So
They're
like
deep, but they're small.
that's very true. They gotta have somebody in the paint. You gotta think about the teams they gotta go up against in
That's what I'm
the
saying.
playoffs. Like they've
If
got
if
some
if
big hitters in there
and
at the
Zubac is
post.
not a great defensive player.
No,
Mason Plumlee is not a great defensive player. They have to go get a guy. I don't know what they're
right.
gonna do because I look at Kawhi, I look at Paul George, I look at James Harden, I look at Russell Westbrook. I think Kawhi's like 6'7", 6'8". Paul George is about 6'8", 6'9". Paul George is like playing the four. It's too
No,
small. Maybe
no.
Kawhi, but you can't depend on Kawhi. You touch him the wrong way, he's injured.
You
So
get Carl Anthony Towns in there. I don't know if they've played yet so far this season, but like, let me look here. No, they haven't played yet this season. But I'm telling you, you get Carl Anthony Towns in there. If they see them, like, because where they're seated at right now, like, say, like, obviously this is really early on. Oh, they're just like right outside of it because like the Timberwolves are ranked fourth right now. So, but I was going to say first round. If they face the Timberwolves first round, they would get they would get completely swapped. Like it
yeah,
would be
like
nothing.
that's it goes back to what I was saying, matchups. If
Yeah,
they face a team with a dominant big, they're gonna struggle.
yeah.
They're going to struggle.
I think the
Uh,
Clippers would match up well against the Warriors right now, but like
yes. Oh, they would beat the Warriors. They would beat
yeah,
the
like
Warriors.
defensively, they're solid. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, you're going to put those on the guards. Warriors can't beat you anywhere else. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I honestly believe the Clippers have the ability, if the matchups are correct, they could go to the finals.
yeah,
Like if the Clippers face Dallas, even though Dallas is 6-1, I like Dallas right now. I love that they added a lot of defense.
mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
But if the Clippers were to face Dallas in the playoffs, the Clippers would win because who is Dallas? Big a rookie was that Lively? I don't trust rookies in the playoffs.
yeah,
I just don't. I just don't.
I,
So
yeah.
so you're telling hold on, Tyler Hero finals. Come on, a
I
little
mean,
different.
it's. I just no. There's a lot of things. I think these teams are missing some things. We're definitely gonna see some movement this season, no doubt. There's gonna be
Oh
some
yeah,
trades. They're gonna figure out some things that are definitely wrong, but overall, D. I mean, I like. It's right now. It's clear cut for me who the top, like literally the top three seeds are exactly who I thought the top three seeds would be. Maybe
I
in
don't know
different
about Dallas.
orders.
Yeah, well, I don't know about Dallas. I knew Dallas signed a lot of defense. Now they're trying to
Really?
get a lot.
You didn't think Dallas would
No,
be top three?
no.
Dude, oh my God. It's just it
Well,
was just a
you
matter
don't
of
know how it's
time.
gonna. You don't know how it's gonna mesh. You don't know how it's
That's
gonna
true
mesh.
too. That's true too. But like it was just a matter of time before they would figure out the chemistry, dude. Like, I mean, like Luca is just such a good player that he brings everybody around him better. And that's something that has been missing out of Kyrie Irving's life. He was the last
Yes,
time that he was super successful was with who?
LeBron James.
LeBron James. And now you got Luka Doncic doing the exact same thing. Like he is lifting his team up. He is the
Um,
bona fide best player on that team.
there's three teams that's pissing me off this year.
Yeah, shoot him. What do you got?
Just Western Conference.
Oh,
The
just in the
Phoenix,
Western Conference?
just the Western
Yeah.
Conference. Literally,
Okay. All right. Yeah, go ahead.
the Phoenix Suns look like shit.
Yeah. That's not good
I
for them.
think. I think we again. I think Ryan Robbins and D'Angelo Laws could run a professional sports team.
We just need to put that on the resume.
Um, I could have. Didn't we say this? Like, hey, I guess when we were talking at lunch one day, and like, you can, Bradley Beal. That was nice getting Bradley Beal,
Mm-hmm.
but no defense. There's no defense on that team.
No.
I'm not saying there's no defense, but they don't play much defense. It's very a high-powered offense. But when I look at that team, even when you add Bradley Beal, I don't see anything
You know
that to
what's
be scared.
embarrassing, D? I think you're forgetting about this. You know what's embarrassing is that they got fucking demolished by a rookie back-to-back games against the
Yes,
San Antonio Spurs.
yes, yes.
Like
The
like
first, the first game, I was like, like shit happens. But the second game, Wemby came out like, all right, this wasn't fucking luck.
he
Like
dropped 38. on his head, dude, on
Like,
Kevin Durant.
like there's nothing KD could say to that. There's nothing he could fucking say to that.
No, and like it's when I like Wemby is everything we thought he was going to be. Let's get him some guys around him, and then it's going to be crazy how well he's going to be in this league.
Yeah,
As long as he is not injury plagued. I mean, before the season, looking at it like the Spurs, I was like, yeah, Wemby is definitely it. Like,
there's a possibility, Ryan. This motherfucker might become an all-star,
it's
rookie
crazy.
of the year,
Mhm.
and defensive player of the year.
Yeah, that's just insane.
I wouldn't
like what he's been
be
doing.
surprised if he gets a fucking MVP vote.
It
I wouldn't be
maybe
surprised.
let's chill out
I'm
for
not.
a second. I don't
You'd
know
be
about
surprised,
that.
Ryan, if he gets them to the playoffs, not fucking play in shit. If he gets just them to the 6th seed, he's gonna get an MVP vote. I'm not saying MVP, just a vote. Just a vote.
Yeah, sure. Okay, maybe. Okay. But he's going to have one of the best rookie seasons ever that's ever been had for sure. Like he is averaging. I was just wanting to look up his stats real quick.
Hold on. Magic Johnson had the greatest rookie. Well, greatest rookie season.
Yeah,
won the
pretty damn good. Yeah, it's pretty damn good. 2.6 blocks a game right now is what Victor's averaging.
Averaging like 20 points, 8 rebounds or something like that.
Yeah, so 19.4, 8.4 boards, 1.7 assists, 1.1 blocks, and 1.1 steals and 2.6 blocks a game. Like that is just insane, D. Like he is next level for sure. Like this is somebody that's going to transform the league, no doubt in my mind. Like he has already been doing that.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, but no, the NBA season is going to be fucking nice, dude. Like I'm excited because there's a lot of young talent in there that's like got a lot of good potential, and we also get to see Chet Holmgren actually finally getting in the play.
He can play. He can.
Yes,
play.
He can. Yes, he can. He can shoot pretty well, and like it's pretty scary.
Shit.
Pretty scary what these teams can do.
Think of Chet and Wemby on the same team.
Yeah, that'd be stupid. That would be so stupid.
It's unfucking fair. It's unfair.
Yeah, like you got a 7-1 guy and a 7-4 guy just like sitting in the paint. That's so stupid. Like and it's one of those like you don't really need to be big, right? You don't have to be like muscular big to be able to play center in the league anymore. Like it is all because you don't have to body those people anymore. You can easily play around the rim and be fine. Like you don't have to be Shaquille. There's no Shaqs in the league. The closest thing we have to that is Joel Embiid, and he doesn't even play in the paint that much. He's on the perimeter. He's like trying to get the ball outside, and he's trying to square you up. Like it's so like being 7-1, 7-4, like in this league, like these guys, they're averaging 2.4 blocks and 2.6. It's a no-brainer. But no, once again, I'm super pumped about the NBA season. My Bucks are good still. I'm loving it. It's good. I'm successful with my teams, unlike you. You're fucking bad. The Heat are right there. They're below 500 right now, but it's early. I'm not going to count them out yet. Obviously, they'll be fine.
I've seen more success with my professional sports teams in my lifetime than you have. You're just good right now.
Yeah, we've been good right now. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Well, let's think about it.
No,
because the Eagles have won a championship.
My
Penguins have won 3.
The Blackhawks have won 3.
Okay, so we're tied there. Wait, the Broncos, how many did they win?
1. We lost
1.
So
we're 1-1, right? Then 3-3.
Then the Heat won 3 titles.
Dude, the Yankees have won more than the Pirates for sure. Pirates are bad. That's my one I just kind of put up. That's like the one child I have. I tell him that, hey, man, just go in the fucking closet. Nobody wants to see you out here. Nobody wants to see anything.
The Pirates for you is like an abuse. It's like a bad shit. It's just like it's there, but you just forgot to flush it.
Yeah, it's it's the forgotten child, the ugly stepchild. Don't want anything to do with it. I love him still. Don't get me wrong. I love him. Just don't want to be seen with him. All right, D. Let's get into the football week 9. Okay. Just a little preview. D fucking still again sucks at picks. We'll get into that later. But first game, Thursday night football. 20-16 Steelers.
Le- Levi's the truth.
Levi,
Levi.
God damn it. You do not know his name. You just don't. You refuse to know his
Oh,
name. You don't want to
Will.
know.
I'm sorry. I was thinking of
Levis.
no,
Will.
I was thinking of someone at work. I'm sorry, but no, fucking, he's the truth.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
He's fucking legit, bro. He is legit.
Yeah. And once again, I've proven this time and time again. Like he had 0 touchdowns to 1 pick. Whatever. I'm not that concerned about it. Second game in. I predicted he would have 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, but I was wrong. But with him, like being able to throw the ball, and by the way, they just officially named him the starter today.
Yep.
So
and Ryan Tannehill's the backup.
That is fantastic. Fantastic. We love it. I love to see it. So with Will Levis, like he airs the ball out, 262 passing yards, still pretty good. Better than what Ryan Tannehill was doing. And you see Derrick Henry getting 17 carries, 75 yards, 4.5 yards a carry. That's perfect. That's better than what he's been getting all year.
That's not just Will Levis opens up the pass game so much where you have to respect the pass, because don't forget, I don't care who the fuck you think you are, D-Hop is still D-Hop. So you're not gonna he's gonna fucking he's gonna get open.
That's right.
Watching that game, bro, I was just so irritated because I'm like, they should have won that game. They should have won that game. But Mike Tomlin eats away at rookie quarterbacks.
He does, and they had a lot of sacks on him.
Yeah, that offensive line is rough.
I think they had 4 sacks on them. That's just tough.
They're definitely drafting. I think they have their guy now. You know what a dumbass was at work was telling me?
Don't tell me anything about Will Levis.
No.
Okay, go ahead, shoot it.
He was telling me that Malik Willis was pretty good, and I was like, Malik.
That's people that look at the stat sheet and don't watch the fucking game. That's what that is.
That's what I told him. I said, have you been playing Madden or something? And he was just like, no. I'm like, I don't play video games. I'm like, you have to, because why do you think they drafted back-to-back years 2 fucking quarterbacks in the second round? Obviously, Malik Willis wasn't doing his fucking job. He's a project. Now, personally, I wouldn't draft a project in the second round, but that's my opinion.
It worked out.
No, it did not.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about Will Levis. Sorry.
No, Will Levis, I think he's going to work well. I think what they're going to do next year, they're going to go get some. They have to bolster up this offensive line. They get some offensive line. They get another receiver or tight end to help him out. Right. This motherfucker looks good.
Yeah, I agree. I think with the receiving core, they need to bulk that up a little bit, obviously, just to kind of help him out. Traylon Burks, I'm not about it. I'm out on him. Just fucking ship him out, move him on. Like he reminds me of a Jalen Reagor. That's what he reminds me of. Just like he is not good. And it's just like
I wouldn't even say that. Jalen Reagor showed signs. I think Jalen Reagor was I think it was just a little tough for him. He reminds me of Justin Blackman. That's what reminds me of.
No.
Yes, he does.
Justin Blackman actually looked good at one point.
He did not. No,
for the Jaguars, he looked a little good for the Jaguars.
His stats.
Yeah, look it up for me while we here. I'm about to move on to the next game anyway.
It's crazy. Justin Blackman, you fucking smoking crack.
What do you mean I'm smoking crack? Justin Blackman was good for the Jaguars.
Let's see. Dog shit.
He was good for a couple of games.
Ryan, 20 games.
Yeah.
He has 93 receptions for 20 games, 1,200 yards, and 6 touchdowns for 20 games. He is dog shit.
What? That's averaging 65 yards a game, D.
That's dog shit.
That's not bad. 65 yards a game? That's not bad. That's not terrible.
Google his stats, and you're going to see what the fuck I'm talking about.
Listen, but regardless, okay, Justin Blackman to me looked better than what Jalen Reagor did, but Jalen Reagor is still shit. But like I said, the Titans need to give better wide receivers for this offense. Obviously, D-Hop is going to be on the way out here eventually, but he's definitely a good wide receiver to have on that team to build up the other guys. Germany game, first good Germany game, D. Chiefs
That was
21, Dolphins 14.
that game was so crazy in the first half. It was a good game until the Dolphins' offensive line is going to be a liability for them in the future. And I think they didn't address it. They didn't address it in the draft. They didn't really do anything in free agency. I know they traded for Isaiah Wynn. I think so. Don't quote me on that. But they didn't address anything. He just
Hey D,
like
I'm gonna come out and say something about the Dolphins.
I
I
feel like
think
I know
that
what you.
I think they're frauds. I think they're a fluke
Oh shit!
team.
Yeah, yeah. You're not the first person to tell me that. I think they're
I
good
think they
against.
are.
Yeah,
You face the Eagles, get beat by 14. The Chiefs definitely dominated that game in the first part of it. It was just kind of a funky game. It felt weird. But like they're not a team that like and like at the end of that game, like I wasn't that concerned about the Chiefs defense. I was like, dude, the Chiefs are gonna stop them here. And well, end up being that Tua fumbled the ball on a snap. That sucks. 4th and 10, fumbles the ball. That sucks. But yeah, like but like the Dolphins just they can't beat the good teams. They gotta beat the good teams. You know, and their schedule coming up. I think they've got a couple definitely games that they need to win. Like they need to beat. Oh my God. Yeah, they don't have any games until the last 3 games of their season, which they have the Cowboys, the Ravens, and the Bills. So from here on out, they're going to win probably every game. They've got the Raiders,
I'm gonna
that's
be
going to be a win. Jets, Commanders, Titans, Jets. Those are all going to be, all 5 of those are probably going to be wins. So, like, they're going
I'm
to
gonna
win
be
these
honest.
games out.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
Who have they beat this year?
No one. D, that's what I'm telling you. They have to beat somebody because they've been beating shit teams. They have to beat those last 3 games of the season are going to be the real test. And it's going to be a perfect timing because it's going to be right before the playoffs. So you're going to really know who they are after those 3 games. Because I don't think they're going to get a bye week. I think the Chiefs are still going to beat them out, especially since they have the game advantage too, since they've played. So um
I don't know, man. The thing is for the Dolphins for me, if you give Tua if Tua has to make a decision, not to make a decision, if Tua just has to hold the ball too long, they're going to get to him. Same thing the Eagles did to him. If you can just hold off and double team and put a safety over top for Waddle, put a safety over top for Hill, and you just make him make a decision fairly quick, or he has to hold the ball too long, he can't trust that offensive line.
right.
I think that's going to be the difference maker for them. I think the difference maker for the Dolphins, I watched them so much, they don't block their running backs. I think a lot of times they just kind of put them in routes, little ghost routes, flat routes. But it's nice. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, I feel for Tua because Tua should be winning a lot of these games. I think they should have really beat the Chiefs, but they figured it out too late. It was too late out. And that's what's going to happen in the playoffs, where it's just like Xavier Howard's back, Jalen Ramsey is back, but their pass rush is very inconsistent. But then the Dolphins' offensive line is so bad, where you think you're going to put up 40 points against the Bills in the playoffs? Like I don't see it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. I mean, it's like the Dolphins beat up on bad teams and they can't beat the good teams. So, I mean, they're just a middle of the road team right now. They have to beat somebody good, in which they're not going to be able to show that until the last 3 games. Um, Vikings, Falcons,
That's
Joshua
so crazy.
Dobbs, dude, what a fucking monster.
He barely knows the receivers' names.
Dude, like that whenever he went in there, it was a fucking shipwreck, dude. Like when he first got in there, it was fucking stupid. Like we're like, okay, yeah, the Falcons are gonna blow him out. This is gonna be such a bad game. Then all of a sudden he started picking up like some speed, dude. Like he was running out of the pocket. Somehow he made an uncomfortable situation comfortable.
I think personally, with Cam Akers tearing his ACL, with Kirk Cousins tearing his Achilles, when is the NFL is going to stop with this synthetic real grass shit and just put real grass on the field?
Yeah,
I
I don't
think
know.
I think it's going to be a Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes or maybe a Joe Burrow that's going to tear their ACL from this shit or tear their Achilles. And then they're finally going to address it. I don't understand it. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
Kirk,
these teams are rich enough to be able to do it. Like they are way rich enough to be able to do it. Like what, 16 or 17 of the teams in the league do it? I know Eagles are one of them.
like, there's nothing wrong with real grass.
No, we like that real grass. Come on now. But like I said though, the Falcons, they should have won that game and they got away from them.
A
That's
lot of game, a
they
lot of
are
games they should
way
have won.
too close. Like that division they're in is way too close together.
Hold on, Ryan. Let's give a round of applause to the Vikings. Like,
yeah, good catch, Kevin O'Connell, great coach.
Yes, bro. They started off like 1-4.
Yeah, great coach.
They're 5-4 right now. Like they're really good, bro. Like,
anybody else's team, when you lose your star quarterback like that in like mid-season form, like the Jets obviously lost their quarterback first game, second play of the game. But like Vikings lost their quarterback when they're on a winning streak and then they win the next game that he's not there. That's pretty cool. That's good cool coaching. So I think Kevin O'Connell has really like stapled himself as a good coach in this league. Somebody that hasn't stapled himself as a good coach in this league is Matt Eberflus for the Bears. And also who's the other coach? What's his name for the Saints? Oh my God.
I know his face. I just don't know his name.
Son of a bitch, dude. I literally just had it. That's how unrememberable that motherfucker is, dude. Like no one remembers his name. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I don't know what it is. It's gonna come to me. No, the
Dennis
Bears
Allen.
are. What's that? Dennis Allen. That's it. Yeah.
That shit sounds made up.
It does. It sounds like a creative. It sounds like his name is the name for Bill Belichick's guy because we can't use Bill Belichick's name. That's who the New England coach. Yeah, Dennis Allen. That's how I thought. But
that's funny as shit.
But the Bears, like they are just, and they're not good right now. They need to build up their team. Hey,
good thing is,
congrats to Ryan Poles for keeping his job as the GM for the Bears. Good job. Got the contract extension for Montez Sweat.
I told you
it would be a dumb motherfucker not to have something like that in place during the trade. That's what I was saying. There had been something else in there for sure.
But I will tell you this though. I know what the GM is doing. I think now he has a young pass rusher. I think if they get the number 1 pick, they're going to trade back again for more capital. And I think they're going to try to maybe stay in the top 5 to maybe get Marvin Harrison Jr. And they have to bolster up this offensive line and bolster up that defensive line. I think I'd like to build the team inside out. So you got the quarterback. Now you got a D lineman. Now you got to get some offensive linemen. You got the guy out of Tennessee last year. They got to bolster up that offensive line. Justin Fields runs for his fucking life.
Yeah, as long as they do this in the next couple of years, obviously, I think by year 2 or 3, they better see like results. Not next year, but the year after. They got to really build. They have to really focus on getting those key players to help make Justin Fields better, help make Montez Sweat better on that defense.
Yeah, but they're definitely competing.
Yeah, they're good. They're okay right now. They're okay enough. Packers, Rams.
Next game, that shit was boring.
Yeah, I like Packers are mid, Rams are bad. We talked about that last week. I mean, the Rams
just signed Carson Wentz, so let me know you're desperate without saying you're desperate.
Former Eagle. That one hurts to know that he is not good anymore. I'm just going to accept the fact that he's just not good. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. He's not good.
I don't know what happened though.
I don't know either. Mental. He is a mental case. Might as well put him in the mental ward. Just fucking ship him off.
Yeah, it's rough.
Tight game here. The Commanders and the Patriots. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was a pretty good game.
Yeah. Brian Robinson runs the ball like a motherfucker. He's running the ball like he got shot before or something. Oh, wait. He did get fucking shot before. No, he's a tough son of a bitch, dude. Like when he runs that ball, it's insane. Like that motherfucker just gets after it. Sam Howell is good. Like he is a good quarterback.
We know
Top
it's not the
15?
we know it's not the offense. That's all I'm gonna say. When
No.
it comes to Washington, it's not the offense.
Top
We
15 quarterback?
I believe so. I believe so.
I
I
feel like
think
that's fair.
he showed that he's a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
I think they need to keep adding things to the offense, bolster up that offensive line, make that defense. Because Ron Rivera, he's a defensive guy. The defense does not look good at times this year. But New England, I'm done. I'm done. There's not much I can say about them.
No.
They're never game this year. Well, most games this year is just the things that we talked about with Tom Brady. They still haven't fixed it. They haven't got a receiver. It's like you're wanting to be cheap on the wrong things. You need a receiver. You need it.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's one of those like you said perfectly, Tom Brady, like didn't have a receiver for the longest time. Randy Moss was like the only one really. Julian Edelman would not have been a star on any other team. You know what I mean? Like Tom Brady made those guys who they were, other than Randy Moss. And it's like now they're like Bill Belichick's kind of stuck in that way of like we're just gonna have mid-ass wide receivers is just gonna work because it always did work. The reason it fucking worked is because of Tom Brady, not because of your scheme. You need to have a solid quarterback. You need to have somebody to lead that team.
And
But
on top of that, for the longest, he had a great tight end.
yeah, Rob Gronkowski. I mean, they got Hunter Henry now, which has actually been okay. Like he's actually been pretty solid for him.
He's
Not
not
obviously
Gronk.
not Rob Gronkowski, but like pretty decent play from him. Ravens fucking whooped the Seahawks. Like absolutely just blasted them. It
That was
is
domestic
just
violence.
incredible. Like
That
the
was assault.
defense is so good.
I'm gonna say this now, and I apologize. Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are the best team in the NFL. They've only get like the most points they've given up is 13 points. That's fucking crazy, Ryan. 13 points in the NFL. That's the most points scored against him is 13 points. That's fucking crazy to me. I think 13 or 17. It's something ridiculous like that. Like they're so
Are
fucking
you
dominant.
meaning like because I was about to say the Bengals put up 24 on them, but are you meaning like
Oh, okay. Well, I'm talking about like their average. I'm sorry.
is that the
Um,
average? I was about to say
the
because
average, the
well,
average, the average
dude,
is
I
like
mean, yeah, the average is crazy low. I was about to say I was like maybe like it had some pick sixes in that Bengals game or something, but like yeah,
no, like
24 22 from the Colts. Um 24 the Cardinals that did not count. That was just crazy at the end. But yeah, they've only had two games over 20 points allowed. Other than that, they've been well under like 3, 6, 16, 17. Like that's
they've been
pretty damn
fucking
good
dominant.
defense.
Yeah, and the Seahawks are pretty good offensive. I'm saying pretty good. They're a good offensive team, and they the Ravens right now when their receivers are catching the ball, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, no, I mean and the Ravens were just all together. The running game was insane. 298 yards, almost 300 yards. They held the Seahawks to 28 yards. Literally, the Seahawks had 10% of the total rushing yards the Ravens had in that full game. 10%. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, but no, the Ravens dominated that game. Like the Seahawks were the number one. Like they're the number one in that division too, and that's fucked up. Like that's so fucked up.
The AFC North is so dominant that the Bengals are last place.
Yeah, that is insane. Just
It's
crazy to
crazy.
think about.
Well, that's what happens when you're 0-2 in the division.
Game of the week here for sure was the Texans and the Buccaneers. That was incredible.
CJ Stroud is him.
So good.
Himmy Stroud. That's his new nickname. I feel like the Carolina Panthers have made a mistake. They made a big damn mistake.
I don't want to claim it as a mistake yet. I think that the Texans head coach is way better
Then
than the
Frank Reich.
Panthers head coach, aka Frank Reich versus D'Amico Ryans. D'Amico Ryans is a defensive minded coach, but that offense runs really smooth. I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator or if it's D'Amico Ryans, but the plays that they put sets up CJ Stroud for success. And CJ Stroud is able to do the things he's good at. The Panthers don't feel that way, right? Like, that's why I don't want to sit there and say that
this is
CJ
what
Stroud's
happens.
better than Bryce Young. I don't want to say that.
What happens when you draft a quarterback, you do what he's comfortable with. This is what happens. This is what NFL teams should do. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I mean, look at any team that is successful. Look at the Chiefs. They let Patrick Mahomes do whatever the fuck they want. Like, he can do whatever he wants. The Eagles, Jalen Hurts does RPOs all game. That's literally what he likes to do. Play action, play action. That's all he runs off of. Like, Joe Burrow, put him in the spread, dude. He doesn't want to be under center. Put him spread. Let him cook. Like, let him do his thing. Let your fucking quarterback do their thing. That's what they're there for. You pick them based off of their talents, not picked off of they're going to fit well in your system. That's not about it. You let that motherfucker play because you like how they play. But dude, the Texans came back in that game. The Buccaneers played really awesome in that game. If those teams play like that every week, then they would be they'd be top 5 teams. But they don't play like that. They're so inconsistent. Both of those teams are.
But Houston actually has a legitimate chance to make the playoffs.
Yeah, they do. I mean, their division's not that strong other than the Jaguars. I mean, this next game, fucking, well, the Browns are very good and Cardinals are ass. That's it.
Tell me you're tanking without tanking.
Yeah, that's all I've got. Cardinals get Kyler Murray next week, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully,
supposedly.
Yeah, they said he was starting today. I don't know if that's. I don't know. Colts, Panthers. Colts are good. I like the Colts, man. I mean, they're going to be a team in the playoffs this season, and they're going to make some noise. But
they're not making the playoffs.
You don't think?
I know so.
I think they're going to sneak in.
Ryan. There's 3 wild card teams. The AFC North has all 4 teams are above 500 right now. They're not making the playoffs. One
spot. Yeah.
They're not making the playoffs.
There's no way. You're right. Okay. You're right. They could make noise. They could. You're right. I didn't even pay attention to the standings. I just like how they play.
Unless someone significant gets injured on one of these teams, they're not making the playoffs.
Yeah. No, you're right for sure. I actually just looked at that. Never mind. Scratch that. The Colts are making it. I think they're fun to watch. I think it's a fun team to watch. Because I like Gardner Minshew. I think he's sick. But Raiders and the Giants, that new interim head coach changed that whole dynamic of that team.
I don't understand the NFL when it comes to head coaches. Josh McDaniels has not shown that he's a good head coach. How does he keep fucking getting job interviews?
I don't know. And then
I know what it is. I'm not going to say it.
What a coincidence, though, D. Like, what a coincidence. You get rid of your head coach. You come out and score the most points you've scored all season in the first game. I get it against the Giants, but like, I don't think that's just a coincidence, D.
Oh, and hot take, by the way. If the Bears get the number 1 pick, because I think they're going to continuously lose on purpose. I think if the Bears get the number 1 pick, the Giants will trade up and draft a quarterback. They're taking Caleb Williams. I'll tell you that shit right now.
Well, unfortunately, Daniel Jones did just tear his ACL, so he's going to be out into next year.
Yes,
for sure. Like, he'll be out for a while. He may make a debut in September, maybe, but he'll be out.
He signed a 3-year deal. He could be a backup for a year. After that year, they've already paid him most of the contract that they can release him. The cap penalty may be a little low or mid, but they're going to get him out of there. I think, and it's sad, but in my opinion, they're probably going to trade up, go sign an offensive lineman, bolster that offensive line, and say, hey, it was Daniel Jones, but in reality, we all know it was the offensive line. We all know he didn't have weapons. That team is so bad offensively. Outside of Saquon Barkley, which I think should probably request a trade, that team is below just ass. There's some
They're
college off.
blow ass. Yeah.
There's some college offenses that could keep up with them.
Yeah, they're not looking very good. They just need to kind of revamp, but they've obviously had some injuries and stuff, but like the team just doesn't look good. They need to refigure it out in the offseason for sure.
Most
Um
definitely.
my second favorite game for sure is the Eagles Cowboys.
You guys should have lost that game.
Why why is it that the Eagles, when they go up in a game, why are we doing this? I've talked about this for the last year and into this season. We get to a point to where we're like, okay, let's just chew clock, let's chew clock, let's chew clock. But like, yeah, we're suffocating them, right? We are suffocating them, but I think we're starting that shit too early. Like we're trying to suffocate them on time, right? You see what I'm saying? Like we're trying to make them
I
time
get
crunch,
what you're
but
saying, but
we're giving them too
wrong
much
team, Ryan.
time.
Wrong team. This is not the Cowboys is not the team where it's just like their defense is just as good as your defense, the Eagles' defense. So when you get certain openings, you have to take it. So if you see a play where, A.J. Brown is one-on-one or Devontae Smith is one-on-one, you have to take that play. In my opinion, when I look at the Cowboys, I'm old school. Take the fucking points. I don't like this going forward on fourth down sometimes because it sounds nice until you don't get it. Because if they kick the field goal, and if you put trust in your defense, because they got the ball back and they just march down the field and they just chew a clock a little bit, they kick the field goal and they go home winners. That fucking easy. They win 29-28. But when you being this aggressive shit, people see the good side of it. Fuck these nerds with the numbers. You have to take the points sometimes. You have to have faith in your defense. Because to me, when you go for it on certain downs, certain points of the game, it's kind of like a slap in the face to the defense. You're kind of saying like, hey, we don't trust y'all.
Yeah. And I mean, with this too, like with the Eagles, I mean, we ran the ball 33 times compared to 23 passes. Like, I want to see more of a balanced game out of us passing wise too. Jalen Hurts can throw the ball. Like that is not a mystery. Last week he threw for over 300 yards. Like it can happen.
No, not I don't know. I think the Cowboys, this is a situation watching this game. You guys didn't beat the Cowboys. The Cowboys beat themselves. That game to me was bad coaching. Because Dak outplayed Jalen Hurts. That offense was unstoppable.
But that's because the Cowboys were behind the whole game, D. Like we were beating them the whole game.
Well, what I'm saying is when you watch that game, you didn't feel like when you watching it, you didn't feel like the score says different, but you didn't feel like the Eagles were dominating them. You just felt like they were getting certain plays. Like a 4th and 2, it passes like 15 yards to Dallas Goedert. Like that's a good play. Don't get me wrong, it's a good play, but you don't expect that consistently keep happening. And then as soon as they get a stop, I'm like, it's going to be hard for them to score. They have to march all the way down the field and literally score. Like, that's how I knew when that Shoemaker didn't get that. Well, Ferguson didn't get that touchdown.
It was Shoemaker. Like, you're right. Shoemaker.
When Shoemaker didn't get that touchdown, I was like, it's going to be hard for the Cowboys to win this game now.
And like we got to think about this too, dude. Like I understand where you're saying, like with Dak Prescott, you would think that he outplayed Jalen Hurts in that game, but you got to think about this. The Eagles were up like in those first 3 quarters, we were in control, dude. Like, yeah, they were beating us at halftime, but like we were in control of that game. We felt really good going into like the second half. We were good. We felt so good.
What are you talking about?
And then we stopped them. And then in the fourth quarter is where it got really funky. Like the fourth quarter was everything. Everything about that game has started to go.
I think they held you guys because they held you guys scoreless in the fourth quarter. I think the problem with Dallas, and I think this is what happens for you guys. Once you guys realize that you can't just pass over a team, you start to control the clock. I've seen it even last year where it's just like, if you guys can't do what you want to do passing wise, you chew clock, which is a smart move to do. But when you're not up multiple scores and you choose clock, there's a big possibility where the team could make a mistake, or there's a 4th and 4 and it's hard for you to go for it and you have to punt the ball, and it gives them an opportunity to come back. Because the Cowboys definitely should have won this game. They should have won this game.
But the thing is, D, like that's not the problem. We were able to pass the ball all game. Even in the fourth quarter, we were able to pass the ball. But for some reason, Nick Sirianni and it's Brian Johnson. He was deciding to try to run the ball and throw these bullshit screen passes. That's what he was trying to do. Even though we were moving the ball down the field, like we were able to pass all over the Cowboys. He was 17 of 23. What are you talking about? 207 yards?
207 yards. That's
Devontae Smith was 3 catches, 51 yards, D.
That's nothing impressive. That is.
I mean, but he still got those are big chunk yards. Those are 17 yards a catch.
Listen, I get what you're saying, but a lot of that stuff was like he got 3 catches for 51 yards, 1 touchdown. Those are good numbers, okay numbers.
But I was watching the game too. Like, I'm not even looking at just stats. I'm watching the game. We were able to move the ball down the field the whole game. And then the fourth quarter, we've done this since last year. I would know this. I watched every single one of our games. We always do the exact same thing. And that's why I think we always do the exact same thing, because we haven't been beaten from it yet. And it's like, if we were getting beat, then Nick Sirianni would have changed up this game plan of chewing clock. But we always seem to win these games. I don't agree with it, D. I'm with the public. Like, we need to fucking stomp it down their fucking throat. But we decide to chew, and it's stupid. We are able to move the ball on any team in the league. It is plain and simple. We can do it. It's not a problem. It all comes down to our play calling every single time.
Well, yeah, I get what you're saying, but you have to be very cautious when it comes to, one, this is a close game. So when it's a close game, when you have a good defense, you kind of just lean on them. That's where I think the Eagles do a lot, and there's nothing wrong with it. I think sometimes what you don't want to do, you don't want to be in a situation like Dak had to, where he had to march literally down the field and try to get a touchdown. You don't want that to happen. You would rather be on the opposing side of that, and you're having to have faith in your defense rather than having faith in your quarterback. I don't mind what he's doing. I don't mind what he's doing whatsoever, because don't forget, if he's chewing clock and I score a touchdown and you have 40 seconds to march down the field, I don't think you can do that on my defense. That's how he's thinking. Like, I don't think you could do it. And I don't think most people can.
Yeah,
I don't think most people can.
Once again, I'm not going to complain about a win, D, but like, we need to fix play calling in the second half of the second half of the season and the second half of the game. That's what we need to fix, is our play calling. But overall, for the Eagles, like, it's a solid game. I can't sit here and complain about it, because we did play solid. It was just coaching at the end. The players that we have on our team are unbelievable. They're an unbelievable team. They work together really well. Our defensive play calling was a little rough at the end, for sure. Like, we were playing a shell defense for no reason. Put pressure on Dak Prescott. We put pressure on him. He makes some stupid mistakes.
Well, it's not any offensive line. It's one of the best offensive line. It's pretty good offensive line.
Well, we got the best defensive line in the league. So
I wouldn't say that.
Here we are.
The 49ers may have the best defensive line.
No, we're right there with them. They just have one guy. That's a name.
Yeah, but you guys don't have that guy.
We don't need that guy.
Yeah, you don't have that guy.
We had the most sacks, with the second most sacks of all time last year. No guy.
Yeah, exactly. You may play well as a whole, but you have to think about it like this.
That's all we need.
When you have an offensive line like the Cowboys or the Lions, then it gets to who's your secondary players.
Yeah, well, you would think Kevin Byard, Darius Slay, and James Bradley could actually fucking play.
Yeah, they got cooked.
Trust me, I was upset about that.
They got cooked. I was like, God damn.
The coverages were stupid. The coverages they were playing was so fucking stupid.
I'll give it to you like this. If you play like that against the 49ers in the playoffs, you're going to lose. Because them adding Chase Young gives them a different dynamic where you can't just double team Nick Bosa. You have to play him straight up.
You don't even have to double team him. You know what the funny thing is that we don't even need to.
Well, before Chase Young.
Well, we don't even need to. Not even then. We didn't need to.
Ryan,
When we didn't double team Michael Parsons all game, what did he do? Nothing.
He was in the backfield a lot.
Slight like what did he even have a sack that game? D?
I
don't think so. Let me look.
I have no idea. Let me check. I'm looking now.
Oh, he had 1.5 sacks. One and a half.
That's pretty damn great. Okay. That's pretty great.
1.5. I'm not worried about 1.5 sacks.
Actually,
they literally had pretty 3 sacks on us all game. I'm not worried about that.
And a tackle for loss. That's
not worried about it.
That's pretty fucking great.
Not worried about it. Once again, not worried about it. We still won.
Again,
doesn't matter.
You still won, but I don't,
grade 1.
These upcoming weeks is going to say a lot. That's all I'm going to say. These upcoming weeks.
We got the Chiefs we got a bye week next week. But Bengals, Bills. Bengals are good. Bengals are back. They're good. T. Higgins is back. Jamar Chase is still solid. Bengals are good. Bills.
Good old Josh Allen. Good old Josh Allen. I've been telling people at work, oh, Josh Allen this, Josh Allen that. And I'm just like, give me a game other than the game at Arrowhead where he played his ass off. Give me a game where you're just like, damn, Josh Allen did great. And everyone's just like, you can't give me a fucking game because it doesn't exist. He chokes when you need him most. He's not Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow could be a serial killer in his spare time.
Dude, he's ice cold, baby.
He's ice cold. He has the same facial expression in the fourth quarter than he does in fucking pregame. It's the same.
Yep. Like you got to have a killer at quarterback, man. Trust me, I know.
Josh Allen, I love his arm. It's some fucking grade school shit. You just throw it around. But when I need him most, like Aaron Rodgers got hurt the second play of the fucking game, Ryan.
Yeah.
And they still lost.
They lost. And which you can't blame it on the defense, but like, I mean, you can't blame it all on Josh Allen. You got to put it on the defense too. But like, it's a team effort. But dude, like, no, you're right. Josh Allen should be killing that. The morale of that team was gone at that point. And they couldn't do it. They couldn't beat him. I agree, D. I've said this before about Josh Allen. I don't think he'll ever win a ring. It won't happen. I like Josh Allen outside. He is a cool dude. Like, I like all that stuff. Nothing against him. It's just like, on the field, you ain't going to win a ring, bud. I'm sorry. Like, it ain't going to happen.
I think he's just a white version of Cam Newton. But I think Cam Newton was just better, in my opinion. I don't care what anyone says. When I watch Cam Newton play, Cam Newton was consistent. And Cam Newton didn't have a fucking Stephon Diggs. I'll tell you that fucking much.
No.
You give Cam Newton his fucking prime and Stephon Diggs, he's unfucking stoppable. I can't name you a fucking receiver when they played in the Super Bowl against my Denver Broncos.
Ted Ginn? Was he in there?
Yeah, I think Ted so. That fucking Greg Olsen. That's it.
Was Kelvin Benjamin still on that team?
I don't know.
Big old Kelvin
fucking tight end.
I
don't know, Brian. We would have to Google it. Literally,
yeah, you're right.
We would have to fucking Google it. He made it to went 15-1 with a bunch of fucking no names at receiver and got MVP fucking P. And you're telling me you have big Gabe Davis. I love fucking Gabe Davis, bro. You have Stephon Diggs, a top 10 wide receiver right now. You have Dalton Kincaid is balling. Dawson Knox was out, but still, he's pretty good. Like, you know how many Hall of Fame quarterbacks that didn't have, like, a great wide receiver for years and they struggled for so long? Like, bro, come on. Like, you have all the tools you need to win. You can't blame it on. Like, I think it's a situation where now it's like, I know Tre'Davious White is out. I know their defense is not what it used to be. But at the same time, they still have Von Miller. They still have a good pass rush. It's a situation where you still held the Bengals to 24 points. You held the Jets to 13 points. And then a rookie wide receiver returns a punt for a touchdown. They lose games where I'm just like, how did you lose that?
Right.
That's all. I don't know. I'm not a Josh Allen guy. I'm just not a Josh Allen guy. I like him on Madden. He's great, big arm, throw it downfield, but I'm not in love what he does sometimes.
Yeah, I did Google it. I looked it up for us, but no, I agree with you, man. I think that He's just another dude. He's never. I don't think he'll ever see the Super Bowl either, bro. I just don't. I don't see
I
that
think
happening either.
I,
I
yeah,
don't see that happening.
no. I think because of the situation where Patrick Mahomes is so great, where Patrick was like, listen, this defense now is the best defense I've ever had. So I can lean on
Yeah,
my defense now. I don't have to be fucking Superman. I can be Clark Kent and still make it to the Super Bowl.
right. No,
Because
yeah,
Josh Allen, I think Josh Allen has always had a fucking better defense than fucking Patrick Mahomes. He's always had a great top 10 defense to back him up. And now you're telling me that you can't make it past take it to the Super Bowl. I'm not asking for a ring. Now, granted, he's always had to run to the Chiefs. I will say that the Chiefs have always known
I
how
mean,
to
the
handle
Chiefs are
him.
tough. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. But
But
that's a part of the equation, though. You know, what I mean, you have to put that in a part of the equation. Like, you have to face the Chiefs every year, basically. Like, you ain't getting past them. You're not good enough. Even when your best is not even better than Patrick Mahomes. Like, Patrick Mahomes was able to come out there and beat you still at your best that you've ever played. That's
yeah,
embarrassing.
yeah.
Well, not sorry, it's not embarrassing, but like that is just like
No, it is embarrassing. Ryan, they got beat in 13 seconds.
it's true. And you can't blame Josh Allen on that. But
You can't blame Josh Allen.
that just shows you what Patrick Mahomes can do. You're not going to do anything against that. It's just not going to happen. But no, the Bengals are good. They're going to make it. I know we talked about this last week, but they will win out. They're going to win these games
I
in their
don't think so,
division.
Ryan. Not Ryan. Some of these
I
division
really think they
games are
will.
Deshaun Watson is back. If the Bengals lose just two division games, it's going to be hard for them to make the playoffs. They're going
Yeah,
to
I
have to
get it.
beat them
I agree. I agree. But
because
like, I
the
think they're going to
weak
win those
to
games.
me, the weakest team in the division is the Steelers. To me,
That's fair.
and they find ways to win.
Right.
So I don't know. Like I'm looking at that division, I'm like, what is Joey B going to go against T.J. Watt and Cam Hayward when he's healthy? Yeah. Like that defensive line is so fucking good when healthy. That defense is just getting better and better. Kenny Pickett and George Pickens, they're like a young version of fucking like Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning. Like you see the potential in them already. Not as great.
I think you're nuts. I think you're nuts on that. No. Kenny Pickett?
Brian.
He's got 13 touchdowns in like 22 games. CJ Stroud has more touchdowns than him in way less games. And how many games have they played? 9 games.
I'll give you that.
CJ Stroud's got more touchdowns than him.
I'll give you that.
I'm not talking about Kenny Pickett as he is Peyton Manning. Are you fucking hearing yourself? That's a disgrace to Peyton Manning.
The chemistry of the receiver.
That's some bullshit.
CJ doesn't have a number one receiver. I think George Pickens is a number one receiver. I think he's a number one receiver.
That should tell you about Kenny Pickett that he should be way better than he is right now. If he has a number one wide receiver, he should be way better than what he is right now.
That's yes and no. That offensive line is terrible.
The only reason they're good is because of that coach, D.
Yes. I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing with you.
You put any other quarterback in that team, they're going to be better than Kenny Pickett. He's not good.
That offensive line is terrible.
The offensive line let them run for like how many yards? 100 and like literally one of the best yards. They're getting better offensively. Like on the offensive line, they are better like than they have been. And
Kenny Pickett they have been.
I'm not worried about Kenny Pickett. It's like he is not good. He won't be anything in this league. Just watch. In 2 years, he'll be done.
I wouldn't say that.
That'll be it. 2 years?
No.
Just wait. Something better is going to come along. He's going to get hurt. Something better is going to come along.
The Steelers don't do that. They don't do that in their franchise. That's not something they do. Same thing for
wide receivers, by the way, for Cam Newton. Corey Brown, Ted Ginn.
I know him.
Jericho Cotchery, Devin Funchess.
Oh, I remember Funch.
Yeah, and then Greg Olsen.
That's an average receiving core.
They're number one. They're number one receiver on the team. Greg Olsen.
Yeah,
1,100 yards.
Yeah.
So that's really rough.
Yeah,
really rough. But
That's rough as
Last
shit.
game, D, we got Chargers and the Jets.
That was
Yeah,
bullshit. I told my wife I was gonna watch the game, and she was like, "It's like they're up 20 points. Like, come watch a movie." And I was like, all right, let's go, babe."
yeah, like it was literally just 14 to nothing in the first like quarter. After that was done, I was like, dude, this is it. Like
See, D,
Justin Herbert played so bad, but like they still ended up winning this game because of their defense. It was just a shit show, dude, to be honest.
yeah,
And then they
Justin
had a
Herbert.
didn't they have a punt return touchdown or something?
I think so. I think so. It
Let me
was
look
that game
here.
was so fucking bad.
Yeah, I didn't even watch all of it to be honest, but
Fucking
um
Khalil Mack had 2 sacks. Talib Talupa,
stupid.
what the fuck that rookie, he has 2 sacks. Joey Bosa had 2.5 sacks. Morgan Fox had half a sack.
Like how in the
It
fuck
was
are
a,
you supposed to do anything?
no, that's listen, right? I think you're spoiled. I think the Eagles have had a good offensive line to great offensive line the last 5 years. Ryan, I'm telling you,
Yeah, ever
off.
since before the Super Bowl. Yeah, for sure.
Well,
We've
that's
been
what I'm
good.
saying. Like
Yeah.
you have to build a team inside out. The Chiefs
Yeah.
lost the Super Bowl because of bad offensive line.
Yeah.
They literally could have won like been 3 in a row, but a bad offensive line fucked it up. Like literally, I'm looking at Justin Fields and I'm like, man, if he has the Eagles offensive line, if he has the Cowboys offensive line, he's unstoppable. A lot of these teams, man, it's just it's a position where you have to develop. They have to develop into grown men, but once they develop into grown men, it's unstoppable.
Yeah. No.
Like the Lions offensive line, bro, they just push motherfuckers around.
Yeah,
It's
you need to
crazy.
have a strong line, that's for sure. I mean, you're not going to win a championship on a weak line. Like, look at the Chiefs against the Buccaneers. You had a weak offensive line, you're going to lose that game.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
running around for his life. So, but well, D, another good week of football, man.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
excited, bro. I'm excited. I'm excited for the Broncos, bro. I don't know what we're gonna do against the Bills, but I just want to see the game. You never
you're
know
going to
because I
pick them to win, aren't you?
no,
I can
I'm not
see in your
retarded.
lips. I can
I'm
see you're going
not
to be like this.
retarded. I'm not retarded.
Bills,
I'm
Broncos.
not
You're going to be
retarded.
like, Broncos catch you. That's rad. You're going to do it every time. I'm telling you, you're going to start fucking. I'm gonna be afraid to pick anybody you pick because literally 0 for 3 last week. We'll get into that on picks, but that was a little rough.
Well, you know the thing is right now. So I'm looking at the teams on the bubble for the playoffs. The Bills
Okay.
are not in.
Yeah.
All 4 teams in the AFC North are in the playoffs right now.
Yeah. I
That's
mean, it's literally what they get the division and then they're the 3 wild card spot. Like literally they would be the 3. Like there would be nobody else in there. No, they're like it's a tough division, but I really think that you're gonna see somebody dwindle off. Somebody's gonna dwindle off as a team. And
um
honestly, it might be, and I'm going to be sad saying this, but it might be the Browns. Unfortunately, they
I
might
don't think it's
dwindle
gonna be the
off.
Browns. I think the Browns are legit. I think the Browns just make dumb with Deshaun being out. The team, I don't know. I don't think no team's gonna dwindle off. I think it's gonna be a situation of last year with the AFC East,
Are you talking about the NFC
where
East?
no, the AFC East.
Well, NFC East was the same.
Because like damn near well, yeah, NFC East was
Mm-hmm.
same. It's like where 3 teams could possibly fucking make it because the Commanders almost fucking made it, and last year the fucking Jets almost made it. But I don't see a team dwindling off because like all the teams are coached well, all of them, all of them, all of their coaches have had playoff success. All of their coaches are seasoned vets. Outside of the Steelers, all of them have good quarterbacks. As long as Deshaun Watson gets a good massage, he's good.
Right.
And other than that, I think, I wouldn't be surprised if they all made the playoffs. I would not be surprised.
It's either going to, I'm telling you, it's either going to be the Steelers or the Browns are going to lose this division.
What I want to see the Ravens get the number 1 seed. Not because I hate the Chiefs. I want to see the Chiefs in the wild card game. I want to see if they actually I want to see what they do outside of Arrowhead. That's what I want to see. I want to see is it real because when the Patriots when they didn't have a bye, they struggled, and when they couldn't, when they for that bye, if they had to play for a way, they struggled. I want to see what they do outside of Arrowhead. Everything has been at Arrowhead.
Yeah. And it's not, I mean, they faced the Eagles after their bye week in Kansas City.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I want to see what you do outside of Arrowhead in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
want to see if it's. I want to see if it's legit.
That's fair. Yeah,
Because
like I said though,
I've seen when Tom Brady came to Denver, he loses. That's all I'm saying.
don't you wish you saw that atmosphere in Denver?
Bro, that was
You guys
a
fucking
top 10
suck.
a top 10 defense of all time.
You guys fucking suck now. Dog shit team. Dog shit franchise now.
Bad motherfucking mistakes. Bad mistakes. We drafted in multiple drafts. We drafted was that Bradley Chubb over Josh Allen. We drafted was that guy out of Memphis, that quarterback that was like 6'6", 6'7".
What? Which one?
That we drafted in the first round over Dak.
It was Lynch.
Oh yeah, Paxton Lynch. I was like, what the fuck?
Brock Osweiler.
Yeah. Brock Osweiler was drafted in like the 5th round. But the problem was with Brock, that year that we won the Super Bowl, he left in free agency. It was like, why would you leave in free agency, you dumb fuck? Like, that was your opportunity.
He went to
show
the Texans, right? And he started there and got some money. I mean, fuck it. Who cares? I mean, he got money, whatever. Maybe he knew something you didn't know, like anybody else knew, but
then he came back and it was ass. So
it's true. But yeah, like I said, another good week, man. This was solid. I'm excited for the next week.
Oh yeah, most definitely, bro.
All right, D. It's that time.
Yes, sir. That gets me every fucking time.
Hell yeah. D, we talked about this last week. I thought you were going to be better. You somehow made yourself worse. You somehow figured it out to make yourself worse. You went 6-8. We picked 3 games different last week, and I won every single one of those games. I went 9-5. You went 6-8. Your overall record right now, 69-67. My overall record right now is 85-51. So, guys, it's been a landslide. I mean, I've been just absolutely whooping D's ass. I'm going to go and pick my numbers, like always. We're going to go 7, 11, 24, 28, 35. We're going to go number 9. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 3 more to go. We're going to go. Let's go 17. 30. And I like number 22. You got 6 picks, D.
Give me number 1.
Okay.
Give me 22.
I picked 22.
23.
Okay. Yep.
All right. Give me 8. The number 8.
Okay.
Give me 18.
Okay.
And 35. 32.
You got one more.
And 17.
17. I got 17.
How? What the fuck? Okay, 19.
Well, that's what happened. Hey, D, that's what happens when you get picks right. You get more numbers on the fucking board.
Fuck you, fat fuck.
Stupid fuck. All right, here we go, D. First roll. See what we get here. All right, and 27. No one.
Yeah, no one.
Empty. Got 2 more rolls here, D. You got to win at something, right? You have to win at something eventually. Isn't that how it goes? Still going. Number 28, which is me, D.
Oh, fuck.
Damn it, D.
That's an odd one. That's an odd one.
That's my fucking 28th is my birthday.
Am I your dad? I don't fucking know that.
You're my son. Isaiah, is that you? Third roll. 27 again. We went 27, 27, 28. 27, 28, 27.
Who had 28? I mean, 27.
I had 28. No one had 27. 27's hot. 27's
Okay.
hot, but
I know what to pick next week.
all right, D. Well, there it is again. I've got one roulette wheel. So you had none this week. That brings our total 9-5. I'm winning 9-5. This has just been astronomically terrible for you, D. It has been so bad for you. Do you have any words to say? Anything you would like to say?
I'm going to come back and beat your ass. I can't. So I'm not going to say what I want to say, but
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. You just need to be better. That's what it is. You're bad at picks in general, just picking numbers, picking teams, picking numbers to win. Just everything's bad for you right now.
You got one that's lucky. Luck happens sometimes. Luck happens. People get lucky all the time. People get lucky all the fucking time. It happens.
You're a fucking piece of shit. You suck. You suck. You suck.
Listen, you like a fucking milk dud by the head. There was a box of you, I would eat you up, you little.
Stupid.
All right, people. So last week I dominated with the top 5 actors of all time. It was a tie, really. I think it was a tie. But this week is going to be top 5 actresses of all time. Ryan went first last time, so I'm going to start it off. My number 1 pick, I don't see how people. She did The Help, How to Get Away with Murder, Fences. Come on, Viola Davis for me. Viola Davis, she's a beast.
Okay. I'm just gonna do a staple she's just been around for such a long time.
I already know who you're gonna say.
Rest in peace. I don't know if you know who I was gonna say. Rest in peace. We're gonna go Betty White.
Oh.
Listen, like I said, I'm a man of the people. She's one of the most popular actresses, no doubt. Man of the people. Like I said before, like we said last week anyway, I don't give a fuck about how many Oscars, whatever the fuck it is, Oscars. I don't care about Oscars. I care about the impact they had on us.
I'll give you that.
Betty White.
Well, when it comes to certain things, I'm a little racist.
Oh, wait, it's my turn again, isn't it?
Yeah,
I gotta go again. What are you doing?
No, I was just saying I'm a little racist and I'm the same way. Like, I don't care what anyone says. When it comes to food, if I'm going to get Mexican food, I don't want the guy to speak English.
Yeah, I get it. Like that's fair to say. Like I feel like that's something fair for sure. Listen, because you don't want to.
It's not going to be good if they're like, hey, what's up, bro? That's not going to be good food. Same thing with when I watch a movie and if I've seen a person like just I'm not going to say a name. I'm going to wait till you go. But once you go, I'm going to be like, yeah, I don't feel comfortable with it. I don't like this person. So I'll wait till you go. I'll wait till you go.
Okay. I feel like we've had a lot of good, like there's been a lot of good actresses and stuff like that. They're, younger generation, older and stuff like that. I feel like somebody that's been in a lot of movies around my time would have been somebody that's been all over the place. She could do a musical, she could do really nerdy stuff, and that's going to be Natalie Portman. Black Swan, really good movie.
Oh,
she was a really good actress in those. So yeah, that's all I've got to say about that. I mean, she's been all around pretty good actress. One of those that have been in several movies growing up, like that has been a part of it. So that's it for me, for sure.
I'll definitely give you that. So the lady actress I was talking about is Meryl Streep. She's just weird to me. I'm not a fan of hers. Like, she's just like, like you can tell when like you're being white you can be white at the right time and get a role. That's what I get from Meryl Streep. I don't see talent at all. At all. Like her in The Devil Wears Prada, I'm just like, okay. I was not impressed.
So you're picking people you hate.
No, I'm not picking her.
Even though she's like, I guess one of the highly most like decorated. She's like the most decorated, isn't she?
Yeah, so I wasn't picking her. No, I was saying people I can't like watch, and then like they're like, oh, she has all these Oscars, and I'm like, I don't care. Like
okay.
She does not make good movies to me. But so my next pick was Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Can't go. Uh, bro, she's so fucking dominant, bro. She does not make bad movies. And
Okay.
then my next pick, bro, this lady is a fucking beast, bro. Do you know who Regina King is?
No fucking clue.
Have you watched the Boondocks?
I've only seen a little bit of the Boondocks. Like I know some stuff, but like,
She plays Huey and Riley Freeman.
oh, that's funny.
Like I
What's
didn't
her
realize
name? Who is it again?
Regina King. Regina King is a fucking goat, bro. Like, bro, she is so fucking good, bro.
Okay.
So fucking
I feel
good.
like you're picking people no one fucking knows, D. That's going to be your problem here.
I'm black. That's who I pick. My top three already is black women. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying they're going to be people that no one really does know.
Well, you don't watch fucking movies, Ryan, so you're not gonna know.
Oh, okay. All right. So
That's
we're
that
going to, okay.
if you don't watch movies, they're like, oh, I know who that is. That you don't watch movies. You watch Marvel, which are for fat. So that's what happens. I'm just saying. Like if anyone in the comment section is like, hey, if you watch Boondocks, you'll know how talented she is. If they've watched Boondocks, if they watched her other stuff, if you just Google Regina King and seen the movies she's been in, bro, she's talented as fuck.
Okay.
Talented as fucking ever.
That's fine. All right. That's fine. Whatever you want to say. I'm going to go with somebody that has been in a bunch of different roles. Super funny. What my favorite role that she's ever been in was in The Waterboy. That's Kathy Bates. She is
That's
phenomenally funny, and she does a really good job. She was also in American Horror Story. She's been in several big roles. Like she was also in Titanic. Like she played several different roles across her time. Like she's just been all over the place. But those two roles in particular for me kind of impacted me, and I really like. I mean, she's been a great actress in those times for sure. So
I'll give you that one.
Kathy Bates for sure. And then I'm kind of in between here. I got like two of them I'm thinking about picking for this next one. I feel like one of them it's only because of one movie for me. The other one is because of several movies that she's been in. Give me Sigourney Weaver. That's what I'm going to go with. I don't know if you're familiar or not. She's the one that is in Aliens. She's the woman that played there. She was also in Avatar. She's like the one that like the one that goes out and like is the scientist. She's like a part of that part. But she's been phenomenal in those movies, no doubt. Like she's been really, really good over her career. Like very, very good in Ghostbusters even. So I mean, she's been in a lot of big hit movies. So can't really go wrong with that.
I'll give you that. I was not
Oh,
expecting that,
Holes,
but
dude, I forgot about Holes too.
oh yeah, she was dope as shit in Holes, bro.
yeah. So no, good. I mean, she's been all over the place for sure.
No, I'll definitely give you that, bro. For me, bro, I loved fucking Jennifer Aniston, bro. She does not make bad movies, bro.
Jennifer Aniston.
Yes,
yeah. You picking that one? That's a pick.
She's a female version of Adam Sandler. Female version, always going to make a good to great movie. Never anything mid or ass movie. She's always makes good movies. Always. Always, always, always. And then my last but final pick.
Mm-hmm.
It's contemplating with the other one, but it's for me, it's probably going to be. This may sound crazy. When I was a kid, I didn't have cable growing up. We just had like fucking either illegal cable or fucking VHS tape.
You can't say shit like that to me.
I'm dead ass. So like,
I believe it, but don't say that. Don't say that.
I remember when I was a kid watching fucking Pretty Woman and watching fucking Notting Hill, like in Stepmom on VHS, and like people would talk about me all the time. I'm like, listen, I have no other choice. Like fucking Julia Roberts is her.
That's really good.
Like Julia Roberts is her, bro. Like
I
her
like that.
catalog is crazy.
I like that. Yeah, no, good pick for sure. Like she's been all over the place. There's no question about that. Like she's been in several movies. So
Eat
really
Love
can't
Pray
fight
was
it.
my Eat Love Pray was my shit.
Yeah, yeah. No, I agree. I think that's a good pick. Good way to round it out, D. You're the beginning of it looked a little rough for you, but way to round that
Rough
out.
for who? Viola Davis, Angela Bassett, Regina King. You have to be smoking crack.
Okay. All right. Smoking crack, huh?
You have to be smoking. You have to be crazy. Two niggas that's crazy if you think Viola Davis. Viola Davis does not make bad movies. She is
Sure.
her.
Okay. All right.
Whoa.
Sure.
Whoa.
Sure.
Whoa.
Um,
Some
I'm trying to
respect
round
my
out my
name.
last one here. I'm just like trying to think of who I want to put in here. I feel like I need to be diverse here, D. I've got all white people in there. I
That's
got to be
racist.
diverse, I think, man. Fuck me.
The KKK approves this message.
Where'd my hood at? Um, um,
That's funny as shit.
Jesus, man. Who am I gonna go with here, D? This is gonna be tough, man. Trying to just round it out, trying to get that
It's
other
hard.
part.
It's
Yeah, I know.
hard.
There's so many good ones out there that you could put in here. Um, maybe not the best actress of all time, but one of the funnier ones that she was able to kind of implement herself into each movie. Like she always had a really funny line, really funny this. I'm gonna go Queen Latifah. Like I think
Mm.
it's not she's not one of the best. I'm gonna sit here and say this right now. She's one of the best actresses of all time. But me growing up in the movies that she's been in, very funny to me. Like she always filled the role really well in there. Always was funny. So you know what? Like I said, I'm diverse. Okay, I'm diverse. We're going Queen Latifah.
Right. That pick was like affirmative action.
Yeah,
Where you
that
just
I
have
mean,
you,
it was.
you're just like, hey, well, you the black guy. Just
Did I
this
get a
one.
black guy for best actors?
Jesus, oh my
I don't
goodness.
think I did. Yeah, I did. Second pick, it was Samuel Jackson. That's that's a good damn pick. That wasn't just that was an affirmative action pick. That was a we like that pick.
That was a great pick, but goddamn,
All
Ryan.
right, D.
God damn.
Viola Davis, Bassett, Regina King, Jennifer Aniston, Julia Roberts, Betty White, Natalie Portman, Kathy Bates, Sigourney Weaver, Queen Latifah. Just I feel like there's something missing for mine. Like I feel like at the end it was just
I'm
like,
Mexican. I'm Mexican.
to be
That's
honest,
what's
I just
missing.
drew a blank. I just like drew a blank on other actresses. But the only one I could think of, whatever I said I needed to balance out the team was Queen Latifah. So I just shot it. Said
That's
fuck it.
fucking crazy.
All right, D. Let's get our picks done. Can D'Angelo bounce back this week? Is the real
Yes,
question. Is
yes,
this
the
going
fuck
to
I
be it?
can.
That's a
Yes, the
yes, sir,
fuck.
to you. Yes,
The
sir, to you.
fuck you, you fat fuck. You make fat people feel disgraceful. All right.
Week 1, D, this first game, of week 10 is already tough to pick from. We got the Panthers and the Bears.
Yeah. Fuck. Let's go back to that one.
I've already got mine down. I
One.
picked it. No, you're fucking picking right now. We got to make the choice now.
God damn.
Panthers, Bears.
Let me get the Panthers.
I picked the Bears. Good. Here we
I
go.
want to say the
Good.
I don't
Good. Here we
fucking
go.
know.
This is how we start. Colts and the Patriots.
Give me
Germany
the
game.
Colts.
By the way, Germany game.
Give me the Colts. Two dog shit teams.
I'm also picking the Colts. There's something about the Colts. I told you I like them. We have a tough game here. Ravens, Browns, 12 o'clock game. Can you believe that?
Yeah, it
12
should be
o'clock
like
game.
a Sunday night game. Give me the Ravens.
Yeah, I'm picking the Ravens. I mean, the Ravens whopped them the first meeting this season, so I'm expecting nothing but that. All right, we both picked the Ravens there. We got the Packers and the Steelers.
Give me the Steelers.
Me too. I'm with you, Steelers. 49ers and the Jaguars.
Give me the 49ers.
I'm going Jaguars. I just want them to win. I just want them to win. I want the 49ers to just go deeper in the hole. That'd be so sick. That'd be so cool. Saints, Vikings.
Give me the Saints. The Vikings, they're not 100% healthy. Everybody's fucking injured.
I like the Saints too. Me too. Texans and the Bengals.
Give me the Bengals.
Bang, bang. Bang, bang.
That's kind of a toss-up game, though.
It could be. Just depends on what Texans come out.
Yeah.
Titans and the Bucks.
Give me the Titans.
I'm going to go the Bucks here for myself. Lions and the Chargers.
Give me the Lions.
Yep, I love the Lions.
Absolutely, you know, I'm a Dan Campbell guy.
Falcons and the Cardinals.
Give me the Falcons.
I fucking pick the Falcons every week. I'm gonna have to look back at the records here, D, and see if I've picked anything but the Falcons. I think I've picked them every week.
Because you're a dumb fuck. I
love the Falcons, dude. I don't know what it is.
Robinson.
I love the Falcons. I love Bijan. Okay. That's what it is. Okay. He's good.
Dijon Mustard. That's his name now.
Bijan. You wish you had him at running back.
I'm good.
My ass. The Broncos wish they had anything. All right. Sorry. I don't want to do this.
Never forget. I
don't want to do that.
Never forget. Isaiah Pacheco was drafted in the 7th round. I do not care about running backs. Running backs to me is not an important position. You can get them anywhere.
You're right, but I don't want to slander the Broncos. I didn't mean that, D. I was telling myself I was going to be nice to you about the Broncos. I did a pre
once you guys
podcast.
Once you guys lose in the playoffs, that's all I'm saying. Just look at you.
We're still dominant. It doesn't matter. We're such a beautiful looking team. You wish you had the offensive line, defensive line we had. You wish. You wish you had an actual good quarterback. All right, moving on. Giants and the Cowboys.
Give me the Cowboys +7.
I don't see the Cowboys losing. I hope not. Commanders and the Seahawks.
Oh, shit. Give me the Seahawks.
I'm with you there. Sure. Seahawks, yeah.
Yeah.
Jets and the Raiders.
Fuck it. I'm going to go with the hot team. Give me the Raiders.
You know, I'm going to go with the Jets. If they burn me again, I'm going to be upset. Because I picked them last week against the Chargers. That did not go well. Broncos and the Bills.
Give me the Bills.
I'm also on the Bills. All right, D, let's see how many games we got different. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 games different. Okay. Let's see if you can actually fucking get some of those swing games this time. Because, you've been bad, D. Did you know that?
I will get through it.
Are you aware that you've been bad? Or
it's a situation. I think that we can get better. You know, it's just a situation where I'm fucking up right now. That's all it is. I'm fucking up, but it's cool.
You're 16 games back on me.
Well, I can definitely get back at your ass.
You think you're going to close? I haven't been below 500 except one time.
I can definitely get back at your ass because I've already know the flaws. I take a lot of risk because something in me was like, hey, pick the fucking Commanders. But I'm like, I just couldn't. I got to go with the hot team. But at the same time, they're going to Seattle. Something in me told like, hey, pick Denver. But I'm like, I don't think they're going to beat the Bills. So just those things.
All right, D, let's see how lucky you are. All right, pick a number. Roulette wheel. Pick one.
All right.
Pick a number.
12.
I'm going to go 7. One. You're not lucky enough. Still not. You're trash. You're trash. You're trash. You're bad.
All right, you guys. So my name is D'Angelo Laws. This is Ryan Robbins, and this has been another week of the Black and the White podcast. You guys have a great night.
Yeah, guys. See ya.